Welcome back, Jacket Nation. I'm Alyssa Turton, here with head coach of the men's basketball team, Kyle Brumett. Thanks for joining us today, Kyle.
You're welcome, Alyssa.
So, Coach, let's talk a little bit about the preseason poll this year. What are your thoughts on being picked third overall in the conference?
Well, you obviously would rather be picked first, but I think third is probably where we would naturally be selected, considering where we finished a year ago and having a good returning nucleus to our team. So I'm happy with third. Hopefully time will tell that we're a little bit better than that. That'll be our goal. And then, once you get into the meat of the conference season, it kind of plays itself out, so the polls don't really mean a whole lot.
All right, so speaking of returners, let's talk a little bit about your lone senior, Ryan Hicks.
Yeah, Ryan had a great offseason. He worked extremely hard. He put on about 10 pounds of muscle. He's always been thin, but has great work ethic. He's spent a lot of time in the weight room in the off season, so we're excited about him. He's led throughout the off season, but into practice, he's ready to have a great senior year.
All right, now tell us a little bit about your outstanding junior class. You have 3 of those guys on the HCAC player to watch list.
Yeah, it's a class that has kind of taken us back to where we think we can contend for conference championships. Our junior class was a good class when we recruited them as freshmen, but I don't think you really know what a class is going to be like until they've been in your program for a few years. And we have leadership, we have great character, we have great work ethic. Travis Shoemaker and Mason Roth, we were prepping them to be captains when they were freshmen. They were captains as sophomores. They will be captains as juniors and seniors. And Bernard Edwards has brought a aggressive, physical scoring mentality to that group that group needed. So the remainder of the guys can kind of play their roles. Kind of the unsung hero of that group is Kent Teege. He is the glue that kind of holds them together. So, it's a good class. We're expecting big things from them. I really think that they're what I'm looking for as far as classes to follow them. So we're excited about them. They're working really hard. They're ready to have a good year.
All right, now speaking of the classes to follow them, tell us a little bit about this incoming freshman class that we really don't know anything about yet.
Yeah, it's a class of 9 guys. It has some similarities to our junior class in that, some of the guys, though talented, aren't going to be quite ready for, college action in less than a month. We think some of them are going to progress and be able to help us as the year goes on and as they've been coached and they mature to the speed of the game and the physicality of college basketball versus high school basketball. But probably of the freshmen that are most ready to contribute is Noah Reed. Noah was a guy that we actively pursued throughout his senior year. We knew about him early and, were able to evaluate him and kind of projected that he would be able to come in and fill some of the minutes that were lost when Logan Wolfram graduated. Obviously we don't have the expectations of him as a freshman to fill Logan's shoes. No one's going to do that, but he is going to log some of the minutes that Logan played. And I think he'll be ready to step up to the challenge.
All right. Now, last but not least, tell us a little bit about your expectations thus far this season.
Well, I've been really happy with how we've practiced and prepared. I'm excited about the season starting. I think, those that know me know that I'm going to have that excitement every year, regardless of if we're a veteran group or a young group. I just love this time of year. Practice is probably my favorite thing to do. And I think these guys have kind of rallied around that, which is really fun as the coach. But our expectations are high. Our Ryan and our junior class, they put the work in expecting to compete for a championship. That's what we want our program to be built around, knowing that we're going to be near the top, if not at the top. And I think we're fighting and working our way back to that like we were in 2009, 2010. I think there's some similarities. But time will tell. The thing that I remind them on a fairly daily basis is that, early in practices or in the off season, it's really easy to compete against each other and to compare yourself to your teammates. But everyone else is out there working very hard as well, trying to accomplish the same goals. So we think we're putting our work in, and we're excited to nose up against somebody else. Practice is somewhat getting tiresome, competing against the same guys, and we'll be ready to go November 15th against Southern Virginia in at Washington Lee's tournament.
All right. Well, that's all we have for you guys today. We're looking forward to the season here that's going to kick off in just a few weeks. Thanks, Coach Brumett, for joining us today.
You're welcome.
See you next time, Jacket Nation.